I definitely don't think Jeffrey is as innocent as he tried to make himself appear.
No.
But I definitely don't think she was in the right as much as she thinks either.
So from what I know of her, first off, I think she's kind of a B, but I haven't met her personally, so I can't really say that too much, right?
Right.
But she seems like it. But she made people mad twice with the makeup name choices that she chose. Yeah.
Yeah, I read about that.
Yes, I forget. One of them was called uh, Celebritard, and then the other, yeah.
Was selection, but it was spelled in the form of a German word that was used during the Holocaust.
Mm. But what'd you say? Oh, people were saying she was like a white supremacist.
Yes.
They were thinking that.
But I mean, at least she went on to change the name to something. It's actually one of the few that I don't have.
Oh yeah, because you have her makeup.
Beloved. Oh, I have a lot of her everlasting lipsticks. I'm wearing 2 of them right now.
So they're good.
I love her lipsticks. The foundation was great. My skin tone just has changed to where I can't wear it anymore.
Why does it orange up or something?
No, it's too light.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never tried any of her makeup or anything like that. I know that she did. It was Kat Von D Beauty, but then I read that she changed it to like KV.
Sold it back to the parent company, so now it stands for something completely different. It's no longer. It's still her initials, but she sold it off, and it. Oh, good Lord! Why am I going backwards?
What are you doing?
Going backwards in my notes, so I'm going back to like Charles Manson, and I'm like wrong direction.
I'd rather go back to that because Kat Von D, I have like Jack Skiddly Squaddly. I'm scraping the bottom here.
Right. It's rebranded as KVD Vegan Beauty, which stands for Kindness, Vegan Beauty, Discovery.
Yeah.
So that's what it is now.
So I thought it was kind of cool that she's vegan because I thought of you, that you're vegan.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a difference between vegetarian and then vegan, right?
Yes.
So vegan's like full blown. You don't eat literally like anything with
no animal byproducts at all. No dairy, no meat. I'm not nearly as strict as some of them because there's a lot that won't eat honey. They won't eat certain food dyes.
Oh wow.
Because you actually will learn, like, I noticed sprinkles. I've always loved sprinkles. But the stuff that makes the sprinkles shiny is actually made from, like, crushed bugs.
No.
Yeah. And
why'd you no. Never again will I look at sprinkles the same.
I have vegan sprinkles, so there was a silver lining to that very dark cloud. But
Thank
there's
goodness,
certain things like that in our household at least we're not as strict on, whereas others they are.
Yeah. I don't know, because I tried going vegetarian. I did the whole what was it? The meat, the vegan meat. I did that. The vegan burgers. And they were just made of plant. And they were so good. I was actually surprised. They're so good. Yeah. I got from Kroger, I think. Oh, there we go. What's up? Lights out, mama.
Yeah, I see that.
Look at him. He's the little con artist. He just wants to get, he's like escape artist. That's what it is. Not a con artist. Escape artist. No. Light on. He's going to go light off. Wait, I just want to see what he does. Look. He's like so fascinated. He's like, turns around, just stares at the computer like, I have all the power. I literally have all the power.
Very proud of himself right now.
Yeah, he is. Gosh, I remember Logan used to do that too. You know, he reminds me a little bit of Logan because his little hair. It's like how Logan used to have his little hair.
Right.
Okay, so she was successful doing her makeup. And then
Yeah, I mean, aside from the 2 hiccups that she had, she really, in my opinion, didn't start seeing sales go down until she was pregnant in 2018,
yeah, she's
2017, 2018, and made the comment about not wanting to vaccinate her son. I think the minute that, it's not even the Jeffree Star stuff, I think the minute that comment was made was the minute she saw sales drop. And I personally think that is a little bit of the reason, aside from having a son and wanting to put time and effort into him, that she sold her company back to the parent company.
okay. Yeah. Um, because from what I understand is that there was something else I was going to say that bled onto that, and I forget. Oh, so with the anti-vax thing, I guess she like came on later. Like it was like she took to Twitter or something, like they all do, and she basically said I made a mistake, and she like
Mm-hmm.
reassured everybody that he is vaccinated now.
Yeah, she did retract and say that he is actually a vaccinated child, which I understand that there are a lot of people, I mean, especially vegans, that
Yeah,
are highly anti vax. So I understand coming from that point of view just because there are things in there that do go against a vegan's way of life or the way they're
right.
tested. And that's mainly probably where it comes in is the testing of it on lab rats, monkeys, whatever they may use at the time.
I
So
totally get that.
I 100% understand, but I know that a lot of these illnesses are making a weird second round or third round, and they're coming back. And I personally, even being vegan, am not going to put my kids at risk of that.
Yeah, just bite the bullet and just do like give them the vaccine and go. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, and the thing is she did, and I'm not sure if she redeemed herself by then because isn't that by the time like all that Jeffree Star and her stuff went down, and I don't know if people took more her side or Jeffree Star's side. All I know is when it happened, I was deep into it, but it's been a minute, a hot minute.
Oh yeah, that was 4 years ago that it first initially started.
Yeah, and they both made their own separate like comments about it. Jeffree Star made like a whole video on it. And let me just say right now, he's not the squeakiest clean of the bunch. Like he's been through a lot of like scandals, drama. Everywhere, every time you turn around, he's something doing something. And her, not so much, other than what her makeup thing, and then the vaccines comment or belief, and
Yeah,
that. But
I think for her it's been more like personal issues as opposed to wanting to actually attack someone and their brand. Where I
yeah,
saw Jeffree Star has had issues with someone at Two Face, he's had issues with Kylie and
yeah,
Kylie Jenner, Kim Kardashian. I mean, and then, he's also attached to Shane Dawson, and Shane Dawson has had his issues with pedophilia, I believe is
oh,
what it was.
yes,
So,
yes, and blackface, racism,
oh, I didn't know about
heavily.
that.
Oh yeah, both pedophilia and racism, rather heavily, pretty uncomfortable. I was a Shane Dawson fan, and this even kind of deterred me away. Some of the things were a little startling, but yeah, I know. And Jeffree Star, people were saying how Jeffree Star like didn't even stand up for Shane during any of this, or even like almost like swept it under the rug like it was nothing. He kept posting, doing his own thing, and uh, Shane's just like MIA, away from the internet, everything. You go to his socials. Last time he posted was well when all this stuff went down, and people were just getting on Jeffree Star or saying, why aren't you? Like just questioning that. I don't think he even said anything about that either.
Right.
He didn't make any comments. Yeah. What is it?
Oh, my cat.
Oh, did you think it was Rye?
I
Little
thought it was
like coming
Joe
to
knocking on the door.
oh. No, your
No.
cats are, they're so nosy.
I was listening to both their sides of the story videos while I was making spaghetti tonight, and
Uh,
his was driving me crazy because I had a hard time believing him. I mean, I get it, he showed the text, and okay, you got that one. But when you're just sitting there talking about these others, I was just struggling with actually believing. I don't know. There's just something about him that rubs me the wrong way. Him, her, I guess. I've seen it both ways. He says it one way. I don't really know how you reference him. Articles say him. I
him.
think he said her. So.
No, I think it's just him. I think it's just him. But so because I would watch Jeffree Star. I think he's just entertaining. He's one of those people that you just like watch, I guess, like a guilty pleasure type of thing. Because I think he's kind of funny, but also I probably wouldn't sit there and try to be his friend. I literally like wouldn't, because he's just a human being. But anyway, so and from what I understand, he like talks crap about everybody and is really shady. So and he's been doing that for years. So yeah, he probably did do some shady shit with her. But she, I guess, okay, Kat Von D, I guess, went and said that she like established him. She hooked him up with like a makeup company or this or that. She's been in a lot of marriages or relationships, kind of, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's, from what I remember, well, what I know and what I read, she's only been married twice, but she's been in like married twice, but like 5 big relationships.
Oh,
which
yeah.
For me, her biggest one was Nikki Sixx, just because grew up being a huge Motley Crue fan, and
wasn't he the bass player or bass player?
Yeah, bass player.
Bass player. Yeah, and then who was the one that proposed to her over Twitter?
I
don't know. One of them did. One of them proposed to her over Twitter, and she said yes. And then the next time, or like not even later. Oh my!
Oh,
I can't talk. But they turn around and boom, they're not together, basically.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about because it was the only one I actually didn't write down.
Yeah, him. Okay, what? Who was? Oh, she looked like Britney Spears in this photo for a second. I was like, why am I looking up? I'm pretty sure I didn't look up Britney Spears. No, it's totally her. She's a Pisces. Her Chinese
her
zodiac
birthday is 7 days after mine. March 8th.
Yeah, because you're at the beginning of March. That's why you're a Pisces. I'm at the end. That's why I'm an Aries.
Yep.
Cuckoo crazy. She was born in Mexico, which I thought was interesting. And they moved to Los Angeles. Her and her family moved to Los Angeles. And then she quit school to become a tattoo artist.
Yep.
Her first tattoo at 14.
Yeah, which I thought was really crazy.
I mean, yeah. I wonder if her parents supported that.
I mean, I know she at least has her mom tattooed on her. I'm pretty sure it's her mom.
Oh, was that her first tattoo?
I don't think so.
Okay. Oh, so this says right here, at the age of 14 years, she got her first tattoo. This tattoo was drawn on her ankle, but I don't know what it is. It doesn't, they don't say.
It's definitely not her mom. Her
Where's
mom
her
is up here in this area.
Oh, really? Yeah,
Yeah.
Shoo. Now, when I asked Brandon if he knew anything about her and stuff, he goes, "Well, I watched all her series or all her episodes on her what was it called? Something Inked? Something."
She was on Miami Ink for 2 seasons, but
Okay,
her own one was LA Ink.
Right, because she had a falling out with
Ami, who ran the Miami shop.
Okay, yeah. I wonder what happened there and why she had a falling out there. Interesting.
Well,
We can look that.
when she was on Miami Ink, she was also heavily into alcohol, and from what I read, she parted ways because of trying to get sober, and she didn't want it to get any worse than it was.
I did read something about that as well, but I also digested a lot in a very short amount of time.
Right.
She hasn't been like up in anything. She hasn't done anything recently. I mean, has she? Let's see. Kat Von D 2020. Or
I mean,
would it be
not really, aside from talking about moving to Indiana.
Okay, yeah, she's moving to Indiana and she got a mansion or what?
It's
Is
a
it?
big Victorian style house from what I've seen. I mean, it's really pretty. I've seen at least a picture or two of it.
I like her style. I like how she's into like that bit of darkness and that vampiric almost feel, I guess. I really like that. So
The
it doesn't surprise
Victorian
me.
Gothic.
Right, right. So that house doesn't surprise me. I love houses like that. That's gorgeous. That's beautiful. Because
I
I did
wish
see a
I
little
had
bit.
that many. Mine would look like that too.
Oh my gosh. Be
She has a
awesome.
garden at her house in California that I am absolutely envious of. It is nothing but like black plants and flowers.
Really?
Yeah, she has a garden that is strictly like black, and it is amazing.
That is interesting. That is very interesting. I need to see a picture of that ASAP. I'll probably look that up. I'll look that up. But this says, what is Kat Von D doing today? Although she is no longer running her makeup company,
No,
she
she
still.
sold it to the parent company.
I know, but I thought she did. She was doing the whole rebranding into a vegan thing. It's gone completely. She's not.
She rebranded into vegan a while before that. That was like 2016.
Okay. But she still has other creative pursuits she's actively working on. She's launching a singing career. Oh, has her own line of Kat Von D shoes to focus on and is playing a more involved role as a mother to her 1-year-old son, Leifer or Lefer?
I think it's like Lefier,
Lefier. Oh, of course,
something
yeah,
like
probably.
that.
I said Leifer. Okay, sorry guys, my bad. And is she still married to that guy though? Okay, she's going into a
Yeah,
shoe
she's still
business.
married to Prayers.
Oh, so they're moving together probably to Indiana. Okay,
I believe
okay.
so.
Well,
I've
that's good.
actually, yeah, I've seen some of her shoes. There's a couple pairs that I would really like, but they are definitely more like what you would picture like the gothic, big chunky heel.
These are very cute. Those heels I could not walk in. She's got heels. She's got shoes that have like little belts on them, which that's pretty cool. And they have very short, like stumpy heels, more
Mm,
manageable, I guess. Yeah, more businessy looking, but still, yeah, it's definitely got that what did you say? Goth, punky-ish vibe to them.
yeah.
Um, let's see. Oh, she even has an Instagram page as well for just this.
Mhm. I
So,
believe I actually follow it.
oh, you probably do. You probably do. Because listen, her makeup, okay, I've never tried her makeup, but on you, it looks gorgeous. And I trust your word. And I want to try something of hers just to see. You said just the lipsticks, though? Is it just the lipsticks that are pretty decent? Or,
Their highlighters are amazing. I have their highlighter palette, and it's actually the only highlighter I use. So I guess I might be a little biased. I only have one, but it's not let me down, and I love it.
like, did you ever watch her show? Any of, like, the Miami Ink or the other one? You did?
I've seen every episode of both. I've
Okay.
even gone as far as watching New York Inc., which was Ami's second show. I We're a big tattoo family, and I've watched
Yeah.
Ink Masters, I've watched LA, Miami, New York, Tattoo Nightmares, you name it. I've probably seen at least a handful of the episodes.
Okay. And it's Ami James.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. See, I thought it was a female. That's how out of the loop I am. Okay, so Ami James. Oh, wow, he's an Israeli American tattoo artist. television personality and entrepreneur. I wonder why they had a falling out. Do you even know about that or anything? We can look it up too, but
Like I said, her alcoholism played a big part in
oh,
Miami.
I did ask that,
And
didn't I?
yeah, there's a few episodes where you can just tell she was a hot mess at the time. And I think a lot of
Oh,
that was reflecting upon Ami's store, and it was probably just better that she bow out and get herself clean and sober than to continue to go down that spiral.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That would just be devastating to, and that's always going to be there. So like if she ever watches back on that, she'll see that she was like in that mentality, but she'll see growth as well. She's probably a kick-ass mom, really. She's moving to Indiana for a simpler life and kind of be low key for him. I think that's admirable. Absolutely. Now, I kind of looked up what she might charge for tattoos, and it's 200 per hour.
That's exactly what I told Joe it would be, but you know what he told me?
What?
Because it's always been, good Lord, Rowena, it's always been a dream of mine to get a tattoo done by Kat ever since I watched her on Miami, and seeing that she would do like cheap little tattoos for like she actually has a Guinness World Record hold. I don't know if she still has it, but it is the hold for the single most tattoos done in 24 hours, which she did 400. I actually watched that episode. That was an insane moment for her.
So I'm
But
gonna have to watch that and the one you suggested last night because I never got to the one last night. I'm watching that tonight. I want to watch that tonight, and then I'm gonna have to catch up and watch that with you, like well with Brandon, but he's already watched all those. But anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
he actually told me the other day, he's like, I've already got it planned. He's like, if she does end up trying to run any tattoos while she's here in Indiana, he's like, I will get your name on that list.
That
And I'm
would
like,
be epic. You should.
and I told him, I'm like, even if it's just something small, I just want to say, yes, this is Kat Von D, because I love her work, and I would fangirl because I'm a big Kat Von D fan. I'm sorry. That's
Nothing to
why I
be
didn't
sorry
pay
for. That's
attention to
cool.
the feud between her and Jeffrey or any of the drama. I
Uh,
pay attention more to her just as a person, and I'm a big fan of hers.
Okay, maybe I don't know enough of her because I was saying she seemed like a bee because what I was reading, but maybe she's just very like, I'm not dealing with people's crap, F off. Maybe I just was,
I think
kind
she's
of.
just more of the like passive. She just kind of wants to keep to herself. I mean, she has had her fair share
I
of drama. I mean, if you watch LA Ink, you'll see there was a tattoo artist, Corey, that was on there. Really great black and white tattoo artist. But kind of besides the point. But I love tattoos. Sorry. And
No, it's cool.
they had like a little falling out where, I mean, he left High Voltage, which is the name of her shop in Los Angeles, for those of you who don't know. So there are moments where she probably is perceived as a bitch, but I feel like that's not exactly who she wants to be.
It would be hard dealing with the things that she's dealt with because she dropped out of school and I think she was like 15 or 16 and then went and started doing tattoos and then I mean at that young age what she got connected with is it Ami? It's Ami. Is
Yeah,
that how you say it? Okay, so Ami and then got in the show because somebody broke their ankle.
mm-hmm.
A gentleman on the show broke his ankle, and so they put her in there, and maybe she just was like, "Oh, whoa, this is really different." Because people don't handle. Sometimes it's hard to handle that much attention, and then while she's going through some mental things, with the drinking and yada yada, some very very serious things, then she maybe just started developing a thick skin. She already seemed kind of like a badass, okay, So maybe the badass just grew and grew and grew because you have to have a tough skin and hard skin. She learned that quick from a young age. So maybe
Mm.
that's what it is. And oh, and you said for people who don't know, High Voltage was her tattoo shop. And then right next to it too, I want to add she opened up uh
Wonderland Gallery.
there we go. Okay, yes. And that was like clothes and art.
Hmm.
Okay.
A lot of the art was beautiful too. Because if you go back and watch LA Ink, you actually get to firsthand see a lot of the work that was put into that.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
She did all the art? Or does she like have contributing artists as well?
I
Like a
think there
variety?
are contributing artists as well because, okay, don't quote me on this because I
Okay.
don't remember 100%, but I think around the time of Wonderland, she was still with Nikki, and I think some of his photography might have originally been up in there.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, because he was a full-blown artist, wasn't he? I think that's the one
Well,
I read.
aside from being a part of Motley Crue, he has a very, very good eye for photography. I actually own both of his books, The Heroine Diaries, and I think it's This Is Gonna Hurt. Well,
Okay,
we
so
also need to retract because you said ankle and it was elbow. I actually
oh,
did have that written down.
okay, elbow, elbow, elbow. So he had an accident to the elbow and then she replaced him.
Yes,
Okay.
Darren ended up having a broken elbow and was replaced by Kat.
There we go. Okay, cool. All right. So anyway, where were we? Oh, so she was like big into fashion too, apparently. And now that she's kind of just wanting to focus on that through shoes, really. Are you gonna go and try to get some shoes? Are you actually like wanting to try it out and do it and see?
I mean,
I'm
I would
interested.
love a pair, but I feel like even still with, her just not being as big as she was, I still feel like that stuff's going to sell out really fast. I do like
Well,
that they are vegan though, which I mean explains the price point, but from what I was reading, if you go under like the facts about the shoes, even down to the adhesive is vegan. Literally, there is nothing with an animal byproduct in it that goes on those shoes.
I do like that because when you think about all the animals that are not suffering, that's great. And that she's going the extra mile for that. And that does cost more. Sadly, that's just our world. It costs more when you when you're doing things that seem more moral. I don't know why that would cost more. It's just ridiculous. So good on
Neat
her
little
for doing that.
fact, though, the leather that the shoes are made out of is actually made from compressed apples.
What? That's
Yeah.
different.
The
How and
rubber is recycled rubber, and then the Lux vegan leather is made from apples.
wow, you learn something new every day. Literally, I would have never thought that in my wildest dreams that you could ever make leather out of apples.
I'm kind of to the point that you can probably make just about anything out of anything.
I'm glad that she's kind of fighting against that, and I wish more companies would do that. They would go against and kind of stand up for animals because they don't really have a voice for themselves. And so that's honestly, that does speak volumes about the person that she is, though.
Well, and she has actually, um, in August of 2016, she had a Project Chimps lipstick, and it was a really pretty. I want to say red because I remember wanting it.
What was it? A
Um,
what kind of?
she had an everlasting lipstick that
Uh,
was for Project Chimps, and I want to say it was a really pretty red color. Okay, it was kind of like a brick color.
like a
So,
brick red?
yes, and
Okay.
it was very, very pretty. Never got my hands on it as much as I wanted it because at least her
It's
lipsticks, the price point was relatively decent. It was like $22 for her everlasting lipsticks,
yeah. Well,
and
for good
even with
lipsticks, you.
Yeah, and even with as much as I use them, they are lasting. I have quite a few still.
Girl, I know. I love lipstick, and I love red lipstick. I love maroon, red. I like darker lipsticks. That's my personal preference too. For sure. I bet I would like her lipstick. I should give one of her things a try. I wanted to try one of Jeffree Star's too, but I almost don't know if I want to support him because I feel like he's so I feel like he's just I don't know what to say. Just not the nicest person.
Right.
Yeah. I think his stuff's cruelty free too, but I would
Yes,
trust,
it's vegan.
yeah. So I would trust, but I would honestly trust Kat Von D stuff more because she's really proven to go above and beyond with being cruelty free vegan. And yeah.
Well, and Jeffree Star started out vegan, but she
Oh.
actually took makeup that wasn't vegan and turned it vegan.
Oh.
So in
Okay.
my mind, that might actually be a little more complicated because you're trying to
Keep the formula.
recreate the formula, but without all of the harsh chemicals and animal byproducts and
Yeah.
animal testing and stuff that all goes into that. So I
Yikes.
feel like
Oh.
she might have had a harder time putting the vegan name on her makeup as opposed to someone who starts that way and probably actually, was handed vegan formulas.
Yeah, for sure. And I bet the reason why this is only a hunch, but the reason why she kind of fell out of the whole makeup business and stuff like that and was like, here, take it, I'm done. Probably
Mm-hmm.
because of all the drama that comes from the makeup community. There's
Right.
always drama. Yeah. There's always some makeup guru backstabbing another one, and she was a little involved with that because of Jeffrey. So she got her taste and she's like, "No, I'm not doing that."
Well,
Actually,
if
let
you
me
watch her video, she seems like it's not something she wanted to have to do. She was very fidgety. She was kind of all over the place. Like it almost seemed like it made her uncomfortable. Whereas
Yeah,
if you watch Jeffries, he like
he's living
is
for it.
very still. His facial expressions don't change. He's very focused on the camera, and
Yeah. He doesn't do that either because he doesn't want wrinkles. Like literally he cares, but that just shows he does care more about his looks than trying to care about apologizing, which he hasn't really changed on that in my opinion. I'm trying to find her video right now so I can do a little bit of like go like this.
oh, and the other thing that caught me off guard, and I get it to an extent, but for Jeffrey's video, you are not allowed to comment. He actually turned the comments off. So no one could have an open discussion or anything. And he said he did that because of receiving death threats randomly over this makeup feud.
That's not going to stop people.
I was just like, it.
Well,
I mean,
it,
they can't comment on that video, but I really don't understand why anybody would be sending death threats over what that feud was about. Because even if you watch their videos, it's not really about the bullying or the drugs that Kat mentions or um, being racist. They literally are mainly focusing on the one friend of Kat's who did some artwork for Jeffrey. And according to Kat, this person was not paid until after Kat Von D made that video.
yeah, wasn't it the JS?
The
Yeah,
BJ, yeah, he
that he uses.
apparently did the Jeffree Star logo and never received compensation for it. If you watch Jeffrey's stuff, he says it was due to the fact that at the time he was not affordable for Jeffrey because Jeffrey said he took all of his money and put it into his makeup company. Now, how true that is, I don't know because he also goes on in that video to say that he is one that would rather buy a handbag and put half a tank of gas in his car. Instead of actually filling up the tank, he'd rather spend money to buy a designer handbag. So obviously his priorities, in my opinion, are a little out of place.
Well, 100%. A whole logo fighting type of thing, that probably does run deeper. Do you agree? Like, it probably runs deeper in their friendship, like it was just like one's maybe jealous of the other or this or that. Like, okay, from what I remember, Jeffree Star was saying that he felt she was jealous that he's finally coming up to fame because she was saying she started him and helped him like get a start, and that so he was trying to just say that she's just basically jealous and all this petty stuff, and then she's on the other end like, no, here's how it is, mainly just being her badass self. I take in consideration how less problematic she's been compared to how problematic he has been.
Right.
You know, he's on YouTube and he likes stirring up and making videos about other people. So he's comfortable doing that. Like when he's like talking, when he wants to clear the air and stuff like that about somebody, he'll go and he'll turn on a video. Like that's like you being mad at somebody and saying, "Oh no, here's the receipts. Get it on video, Serena." Can you imagine yourself doing that? Getting on video and being like, "No, this is what happened."
Too much work to try and prove a point.
Exactly. And it's kind of weird. It's like your personal things, but that's what they go through, I guess, when they're
Right.
whatever. But she doesn't seem the type of person to really do that. So when you said she's like fidgety or didn't seem like she really wanted to do it, I 100% believe that. But he's all like, this is my everyday. And maybe I'll get even more attention from this whole situation. Probably where his mind might be. And that's all hypothetical. So I don't want any listeners to quote me on it or anything like that. I don't want to step on any toes. But if I did, that's just my opinion and what I think, what I gather, I guess.
Yeah, because I'm sorry to say, I am one person, and I've even watched a couple of his videos, and he is right there to. I'm also against anyone who willingly will throw out makeup. I don't care who the brand is. I don't care if you have issues with the person that created it. Why in the heck are you out there throwing away makeup that costs so much money?
Yeah.
Like, I can't support someone that can do that. I am not a Jeffree Star fan. There, I said it. Made it public.
Yeah.
I am not a Jeffree Star fan, and I don't think I ever will be. I don't think anyone can change my mind. I can't stand his videos. There has been maybe one palette of his that I was like, okay, kind of a cool palette.
Right.
But it was also because it was all blue shades, and my favorite color is blue. So, of course, I'm going to kind of like that palette.
Yeah.
But there's just nothing that has drawn me to him.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. I really do. I like watching, well, I haven't watched him in a while, to be quite honest with you. It just doesn't feel, it hasn't been sitting right with me. And for a while, I guess, when he like made his last apology for something, he made an apology for something, and it just felt very fabricated because he's sitting on his big ass golden looking couch and like, listen, I'm sorry, like I just can't do it. I just can't go for it. That's why I said I wouldn't sit there and be his friend. I wouldn't sit there and be his friend because he doesn't seem like a legit, like he doesn't seem like somebody I would trust. Period. But he was fascinating to watch when I did watch him because we watch things that fascinate us. And he was fascinating to me because he's just so out there. I thought he was a little funny, things like that. But yeah, it gets a little old when somebody's just in scandal after scandal after scandal. It literally does when I don't literally like live for that every day. But anyway, so here's Jeffree Star on Kat Von D and what really happened. This is what he's saying, and then I'll try to find her. So
Can we talk about this guy?
Okay. Can you hear it?
Someone has blocked me. Do you remember this?
Yes.
So someone has blocked me.
I had Trisha blocked. Did she tell you?
Yeah. No, Jeffree has blocked me. But then you remember someone that is
okay.
Your
video giving me advice, and I got a lot of views because everyone during that time was making funny videos about me, and I was way too sensitive, and I was like, fuck Trisha, like I'm over it. So I blocked Trisha.
Hold on, they're talking about stupid stuff first.
And then when I uploaded my video responding, it was like, then it was just a whole, it got so crazy.
Well, and people
believe it.
Yeah.
Right here.
But you don't realize people, to me, so many people, you remember all those drama channels, I mean, he'll never see it doesn't matter, you know what I mean?
And I was so sensitive.
They're babbling first, and there's no timestamps in the comments saying like where to go.
And there was so
Yeah.
much to it. But then when I uploaded my video responding, it was like, then it was
There's a comment in this video saying, I think Kat's attempt to cancel Jeffrey ended up destroying her brand and made his blow up so much. And then there's 2.3 thousand likes on that.
Yeah, that
Yowzers.
person is definitely not wrong.
That did? That helped contribute to ruin her brand?
That was the start of it, I feel, and then the final bit, like I said earlier, was definitely the anti-vax comment.
They worked hand in hand, kind of.
Yeah, it was just
Okay.
kind of like the final nail in the coffin, I think. And then
Okay.
having her son, she definitely, I feel, just decided that, you know what, it's time to move on, grow, do something else, focus on being a mom, which I applaud her on.
Absolutely.
Because she's at least trying to be a hands-on mom. I mean, I know
Yeah.
a lot of celebrities have like nannies and things like that, so I definitely applaud her for wanting to be a hands-on mom.
I mean, yeah, wanted to have kind of a simpler life.
Yeah.
Hence going to Indiana.
Coming
Yeah.
to Indiana of all places.
Do you even want to hear this? Hear this clip or anything to see what he says? Because I can't find one of hers, and I don't want to like have it just be his and not be able to do her. So maybe I won't. Like, Kat Von D fight with Jeffree Star. Okay.
That very first video is her video.
Oh, yay! It
I
goes
think
right to her.
because she's actually removed her actual video.
Gotcha. But
Because,
this is it.
Yeah, this is it. There was a
Okay.
webpage I was on reading about their feud and everything, and there was a video that was missing. So I want to say it was this one because I actually had to go search for this one.
It seems like it.
Jeffrey was in it. Which, that to me also just kind of goes to show that she wanted it done and over with.
Yeah. No, it does. She definitely seems just more less. She seems like she wants to be less involved with all the stuff he wants to be involved in, which is all the drama and attention and all that. But she just wants to be creative and do her thing. And I actually do admire that. I do admire that. And when I said she has a bitchy attitude, sure, she probably does. But that doesn't make you a bad person.
We're all female. We can all be bitches at times.
Oh, yeah, I am a total bitch. All right, let's go. I'm a sweet bitch. Okay.
Hey guys, it's Kat.
I'm gonna try to skim through a little bit because it's 13 minutes long, and we still have to do our intro and outro. I know. I'm yawning too. Okay, here.
I just want to post this video regarding what I posted earlier about Jeffree Star and
Okay.
And you know, even Judy told me after meeting with Jeffrey, you know, the only reason he even got that meeting was because I vouched for him. And there's been, you know, more times where I have vouched for Jeffrey and in hopes that he would, like, you know, do the right thing. And you know, and in some cases it hasn't really worked out that way. And so I'm not looking for credit. You know, I don't need him to, like, you know, give me a shout out every time he posts on Instagram, but like at least tell the truth, you know. And just because I call you out on social media about being a bully doesn't mean, you know, that that you can.
Oh, she called him out for being a bully?
Well, I think a lot of that stems from the not paying her friend.
Got
But
it. So, okay.
I'm sure there's still a lot more than what's just in these videos. I mean, there were lots of tweets and things that went back and forth between each other as well.
Yeah.
And for that little clip where she was talking about Judy and how that Jeffrey wouldn't have got the interview without her, if you turn and go watch Jeffrey's video, he says that all she did was really provide him with a little makeup sample that had all the information on it, and he did all that himself. That she didn't actually contribute to any of that. So this feud is one of those really big he said, she said, who's right, no one's going to know. yes, Jeffrey could provide screenshots of the text conversation, but at the same time, you can always doctor those too. You can delete text messages and then go, look, hey, I didn't say this, or this was never said, because you deleted it.
Yeah, you can kind of spruce it up. But also you can manipulate a situation to make those texts look worse too. I don't know what the do you remember what like it was like some of the text said? Like what was he trying to prove a point on? That she said something.
At one point, she said that Jeffrey told her before he blocked her number to pretty much fuck off or fuck you or something like that. And he was showing that that was not even in any of his text messages. So it literally is just him trying to justify the text that she was talking about, but she never showed proof like he did, so he thinks that he one-upped her there, which, I mean, he at least showed text messages, so I guess in a sense he did.
Yeah, but what if she just didn't keep those? I go through and delete my text messages. Just because I don't like a... Huh?
I said I only do when my phone gets full.
Oh my gosh. Well, I try to keep very, very organized. I'm very anal about it. And I just try to I don't want it like overflowing. So I try to keep it short, sweet, and to the point. And maybe she does that. Who knows? Anything is anything. Like you said, a big he said, she said. Kat Von D, I mean, okay, here, let's go ahead. Let's do the intro. And then we'll do an outro. Or the outro and then the intro. Do you kind of want to do it? I can do like the outro. You can do the intro. We could like do it like that. Like,
That's fine.
I don't know. As always, thank you guys for watching. The polls. Oh wait, no, this is gonna go up Tuesday, so polls will already be up. Oh well, okay. Thank you guys for listening, and the polls have been up since Monday. They will close Thursday, so you've got about a day-ish, if not more, to go and let your voice be heard. Again, it is anonymous. We would love to hear from you guys and feedback. We always welcome feedback, and there's a part on there where you can get a hold of us and contact us. We just always like to let you guys know about this if you're new or if you're returning, just to kind of give you a little friendly reminder.
I completely agree with everything she just said. Definitely hit up the polls. We want to hear what you guys want to hear. So with that, we thank you for joining us on Pop Culture Tuesday, and
Yes.
we anxiously look forward to next week.